Well, jeepers! You're listening to Smash or Pass.
Hi everyone, welcome to another video on the JayBee
Hello.
and Milly channel. We are as always joined by smASH.
Hello.
And Rhianna.
Oh.
So, in today's episode, we are going to be reviewing Candy Duncan's Jekyll and Hyde. Sandy Duncan's. My pen ran out and it looks like a C. Sandy Duncan's Jekyll and Hyde.
Well, that's good. I'd rather a Sandy Handy than a Candy Handy. What? You wouldn't want a handy on the beach?
I thought you liked candy.
Yeah, not having a candy hand, I get sticky.
Oh, for goodness sake, this just got weird. So if you've not seen this episode before or haven't seen it for a while, Rhianna has a plot summary.
Okay, so the gang is heading towards Mammoth Studios, a studio where it's about to be torn down for a super duper market. The gang, they were going to see Sandy Duncan in a remake of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde when a faceless person in a white... Oh, what the heck did I write that? I'm so sorry. Oh, when a faceless person wearing white hogged the road, causing them to go partway off a bridge. Another driving accident from Fred. So, when they get there, they find out that the film is behind schedule because someone keeps disrupting the filming. So, the gang, as always, have a mystery to solve, and we're about to talk you guys through it.
Thank you, I like that a lot. That's amazing. So.
Okay, so this is Scooby-Doo meets Sandy Duncan. So I ask this all the time at the start of these episodes. Anyone know who Sandy Duncan is?
Yes.
Oh.
So, Sandy Duncan she's an American actress, comedian, and she does dancing, singing, and all that stuff. A lot of her things were Broadway. So she was in the Broadway production of I remember it.
Is it The Sound
she
of
was in
Music?
a lot. I think
It looks
so.
like she'd be in The Sound of Music.
Although that was Julie Andrews. Oh, it was the revival when Broadway did Peter Pan.
Wait, was she
so
Peter Pan?
She
Why are
was
you
in
laughing at me? No, isn't Peter Pan? Don't make fun of me.
No, Peter
Isn't
Pan is
Peter Pan always a woman? Isn't that a thing? Like, there was a
yeah,
milestone
actually.
last year when it was like the first male Peter Pan.
Traditionally, yes, because of how Peter Pan is. But Peter Pan is also played by males. I think I want to say she played Tinkerbell. She looks like Tinkerbell, that is. I'm not sure. I think she was Tinkerbell. But she was born February 20th in, I believe it was New London, Texas. And she then moved to another place in Texas where she ended up performing in her first dance recital and quickly fell in love with performing. And I think she has been nominated for like 3 Tonys, 2 Emmys, and like I think 2 Golden Globes as well. And she was in a sitcom, The Hogan. I only know that part because of Hulk Hogan, and I was researching him, and then I found out about the Hogan family, and I don't actually think it has anything to do with Hulk Hogan, but yeah, it has nothing to do with Hulk Hogan.
It could be a Hulk Hogan prequel.
Oh, that would be interesting.
I've always wanted to get into dance recitals, but I was never much of a dancer. Millie, wasn't your niece in a dance recital recently and she like fell off the stage?
No.
I swear she was. Wasn't there a thing where she fell off the stage?
No.
There is. I'm gonna post the proof in chat. You're lying to me. Please, come on, give me the satisfaction. Oh,
I'm listening, you do.
I once had someone wet themselves.
Wait, didn't you have to do a musical production of Mamma Mia one summer?
Well, we can discuss that another time. We can definitely discuss that.
Do tell now.
We'll put We'll charge people $20 for it on Patreon or something.
No, there isn't a video of it. We've tried, or at least I've tried.
Look, it's lost media.
All I'm saying is JJ,
Jesus Christ.
I was saying JB knows like every move and every dance move and every lyric to every Mamma Mia song.
No, I don't.
That I think there is, right?
No.
Oh, how did the first the song Mamma Mia go?
It didn't go any. It was a no-go.
I've heard you give quite a good performance of Dancing Queen. Like you've got a good little choreography to that.
Yeah, but I wasn't the Dancing Queen. I was a backup dancer.
JB, perform Dancing Queen for us. Or will you do that if we get to 500 likes?
I'll do it. I'll do it in the next Q&A. I'll do it in the next Q&A. Manifest it.
Milly, smASH, you got that?
Yep, we heard it.
Okay, so Milly, talk to me about Sandy Duncan.
I guess before we meet Sandy Duncan, we meet this white silhouette, which we're presuming is going to be the villain. So, JB, start us off with that, because you always have quite strong opinions of what a villain should look like.
Oh, sugar. I've forgotten what the villain looks like. Oh, it's like that weird, like, no person, isn't it?
It's literally just a white outline.
Yeah, they're alright.
Ooh, I expected more than that from you. Like, I thought you were like a very harsh critic of villains.
I was fine with it. It just looked odd, so I was like, okay, I'll back that. It was a bit like an abstract piece of art to do with a guy. It was just a thing, right? Like a Doctor Who alien. So I enjoyed it. I didn't hate it. I mean, I've had less of an issue with humanoid villains in this series than with most others, just because even if it is a bit of a, oh, the villains are human, there's so much wacky stuff going on, like giant chickens or, you know, a plethora of ghosts. I'm just like, okay, that makes up for it. So yeah.
Okay, so I guess smASH and Rhianna, did you have any thoughts on kind of the initial concept for a villain in this one?
These villains in this series are very obscure, I feel like, and like very hit or miss, I guess.
Yeah, one thing that I do like about this is I like how much work they've put into the backgrounds on like these series, like how it's almost like a tour through the world, I think, at the start of this one, because it's different movie sets.
Yeah.
It's quite fun. JB,
Mm-hmm.
what's your really thoughts on this? You've been very quiet for a change.
What, on the villain?
Just on like the start of the episode.
I mean, here's the thing. I agree. Well, I picked up on the same thing that Rhianna picked up on in the plot summary, in that it does seem like the default for kicking off the storylines for this is some madness happens with the mystery machine.
I mean, the price of Fred's insurance is going to have gone up drastically throughout this series.
With it being produced in the 70s, I'm surprised that it's not just some running joke about Daphne being a bad driver, so I'm impressed.
I mean, one thing that I think you will like about this episode, it's very Daphne-centric, so you end up with like 3 Daphnes at one stage.
Honestly, this is... Oh, I don't want to ruin it.
They should make a Funko Pop. Should the chase be without the wig?
To me, this is one of the finest Daphne episodes of all time. Like, I don't think Daphne reaches this pinnacle, I'm gonna say, until 3 words. Trap of Love.
Trap of Love.
See,
yeah, bitch, I said it.
What, not the Kiss movie?
Oh,
we did not speak about that.
I watched the Kiss movie last night.
Why?
That is like Fight Club. We don't speak about Fight Club.
I watched it right after rewatching the review that you guys did, and oh my gosh, it was amazing.
Wait,
yeah, I feel
the review?
Like,
the review was.
I feel like knowing that JB hates that movie just makes it even better.
It does.
Oh my gosh, I was going through my Smash or Pass notebook today and just rereading some things, and like the comments I put for the mystery map were amazing.
I'd rather watch the mystery map a billion times before the Kiss movie.
I totally would rewatch Mystery Map over Kiss movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't.
But the Kiss movie is an example of how to do Daphne wrong, right? And I think that Grey Delisle should be ashamed of herself for doing that. Because she was friends with that Mary Kay Bergman. And I think if Grey Delisle if her house became haunted after that movie came out, I think it was Mary Kay.
I thought that Scooby-Doo Where Are You Now was the worst adaptation of Daphne.
Oh no, it was odd. It was
Her
bizarre.
getting with Captain Caveman.
She likes them hairy.
Yeah, she does like them hairy, and I kind of okay. Let's not get into that.
You slammed it in that review.
Look, I slam many things.
You slam dunk and get it.
I slammed Duncan's Jekyll and Hyde. Look, here's the thing. Here's the thing with me. I'm very passionate about Daphne. And this is what I was saying to Rhianna the other day, right? There needs to be a system in place. So I said, if I stumbled upon a room and I saw like Kate Melton committing a crime, and I was a policeman, I was a copper, right?
Oh god, I feel like this is gonna get pervy.
I would let her off with the crime. And I said that to Rhianna. Rhianna mentioned a really good question. You can tell it was Rhianna because it was such a good question.
Okay. You got really, like, I don't know if you're excited or annoyed for a second.
No, it's a good question. It's a really good question. It's a really, really good question.
What would you do if Kate Melton was killing Sarah Michelle Gellar?
So it's interesting that. So, and I came up with.
Oh no, and I can't even say that we're recording. I'm not saying that publicly.
What we need is the earliest surviving incarnation of Daphne would then open up a court of Daphne, where both sides, a defense and a prosecution or whatever, can build up their case, present it to that Daphne, where the Daphne alone would make the ruling on which Daphne would be guilty or innocent. That's the only way you go about it.
This is just you simping, right?
No, it's a court. It's a court.
Yeah, but it's just a court of Daphnes.
Yeah.
And speaking of Daphne, if it's anything like this episode, Sandy implies that Shirley isn't a natural redhead, which means Daphne is the only natural redhead or out of the three. And also, redhead people are dying out. Why haven't we seen a single, like, I feel like this is possibly going to go off topic a little bit, but we need an actual redhead to be cast as Daphne.
True.
We
I
could
agree with
have
that.
Karen Gillan. Well, I originally fan casted Karen Gillan, but yeah, I don't know if that would work.
I don't know. Like, if we're saying that you have to go with natural hair colours and stuff, I'm gonna say Freddie Prinze made a great Fred.
We've never
and
had.
he wasn't a natural blonde.
We've never ever had a live action, or even no. I think the only natural redhead to even be Daphne was Mary Kay, right? And I think even wasn't she brunette? Because Gellar's blonde, Melton blonde, Jeffrey I think has brunette hair. So really, mad.
I think like the main thing is like,
as long as she's paying.
Calling out the diversity thing here.
Jesus Christ.
Like, no, I know.
JayBee.
JayBee was really harsh to me last night, I feel, because like,
yeah.
With the Little Mermaid movie, literally, it's so that trailer is beautiful, but they could have just given her bright red hair.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, just give us more red hair.
Give us some red there. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get it done. Let's do it.
Did you rewatch it and tell me that it was red hair?
It's ginger. It's ginger.
No, it's like it's brown.
Yeah, okay, well,
but in certain lights, it has a little tint.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's great. Let's just free the movie set.
You okay there, JayBee?
Okay, so speaking about simping, this is a good like kind of lead on because I was talking about the court of Daphne's and that what have you. Scooby is our surprise simp of the week, eh? Because that Sandy Duncan picks Scooby up or something, and Scooby's like, "Oh, I think I'm falling in love," or like, "I think I'm in love." I don't know what he says, but let's just say, if you want to see some red on the screen, in another angle, his red rocket would have been like mad. He was head over heels for this Duncan. Fair to say, no? So,
what's everyone's thoughts on Sandy Duncan's character? Because ultimately, I'm not gonna lie, there's been a couple of characters recently, especially in A Good Medium Is Rare, where I'm like, I genuinely hate this guest. Like last week, I think it was last week,
Yeah.
Yeah, last week I think it was three passes because I hated every guest. Like Jonathan Winters or whatever he's
Oh
called,
no, that
I
was
thought was
nasty.
the
He was
most
cute.
annoying person on planet Earth. Like, I'm surprised Shaggy didn't like smack him having to spend a lot of time with him because he would have annoyed me so much. The Don Knotts story was terrible. Phyllis Diller, well, we basically said that we think that she's kind of like just. I don't even think I can say the words.
Just a hooker, really.
It's just kind of a sad lady that's lonely, and I'm sure it's very traumatic and everything, but it just wasn't good. And this is, I think, the best guest we've had for a while.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I was feeling Scooby's vibe with this. This is, I think, so far.
Are you just simming because you saw her in a Daphne outfit?
Did we?
Well, you saw her like twinning with Daphne.
Maybe, because this is my favourite guest so far. Like, hand on heart, favourite guest.
Smash, what do you think?
Yeah, I definitely think Sandy's like a really fun guest. Like she has the energy and stuff. I feel like a lot of these guests that they have had aren't necessarily like, they don't know totally how to do like voice acting necessarily. And I mean, I don't know all of their history with it, but it seems like Sandy was just like, let's just roll with it. Like, just be me, but through my voice. And I don't know, she just seemed to like be able to be cartoony with the gang and make it fun.
I think it was really fun. And Rhianna, what did you think of Sandy Duncan?
I'm in agreement because, she's like, Guess Who is such a up and down like series, but even her episode of Guess Who is really fun to watch. And I think she just has that charisma about her where it's like, she's so, I want to give her a hug. She's just adorable. She's bubbly. She's a bubbly little girl. I love her.
It's the Little Mermaid bubbly. She's adorable.
No, that's funny.
JayBee!
I mean, yeah, she breathes. Oxygen bubbles would come out, technically.
Oh, it's good stuff. I like this Duncan. And in fact, I think this Duncan makes a return soon now.
Oh, okay. So, going into the plot, so they bring Daphne on to be a stunt double.
Dun dun dun.
JayBee.
Well, I mean, here's the
Daphne.
thing. Here's what I don't understand, right? You've got Daphne. Why don't they just have Daphne as the main person?
Because Daphne's star power would outshine everyone else, JayBee. If you
like that. I agree.
Daphne's name at the top of like the movie that they're doing, like
They tried that in Daphne and Velma, it still didn't work out.
Let's cool the bit. No, hey, don't be so rude. Let Rhianna speak, because Rhianna was speaking and she's naturally quiet.
I'm sorry, Rhianna. I just wanted to take the chance to belittle JayBee.
No, please, Rhianna, continue. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. But like, you put Daphne's name at the top of the movie, like where Jason Momoa or like another actor's name. No, really.
JayBee, don't speak over Rhianna. She's a naturally quiet person.
Oh no.
Oh, Uno reverse card there.
Oh man.
No one would go to watch What's His Face that's also in the movie. They're there to see Daphne. But they want an equal cast, so Daphne's star power would just outshine everyone else. And people would boycott the movie because there isn't enough Daphne.
I like that. Oh, and that makes sense. I guess as a Daphne fan, I was kind of being a bit selfish in my understanding, because I was kind of like, oh, they should just make her the main one. But then you're right, like, it wouldn't be fair on the other actors, actresses, the cast and the crew, because, people would just be there for Daphne, and it's a shame, but I guess I understand that rationale. Thank you for explaining. Of course, when you were given the opportunity to explain, because
Because JayBee spoke over you.
People got a bit carried away.
So the thing with this episode is you start to see lots of different villains, like the gang gets split up, Shaggy and Scooby end up in a lion pit, Daphne and Fred see a fire-breathing dragon. Ultimately, there's just lots of villains, like there's a mummy, there's a pirate. Yeah, it's kind of a lot. does anybody have any kind of thoughts on this or like a favourite villain from it?
Oh, I'm getting them mixed up because there's a few episodes that have multiple like creatures now. And I think with this one I like it because it's kind of like there's a pirate and I think they remain consistent, like they're the one manipulating for the most part a lot of these creatures, which I enjoyed. I mean, creatively it probably would have been cooler to have a different kind of monster depending on the set, but for consistency I liked it, and I like all the different animations and the backgrounds, like you're saying, are just amazing. I just feel sorry for them because they must have had to work like 28 times harder on these than in the Where Are You series.
I guess you got more facilities and funding and things at this point. They've really proven themselves more. So, Smash, what was your thoughts on kind of like the villains in this and everything?
I think this one like made sense for there to be like a lot of these different villains because they're on a movie set, so it's kind of like, oh, just grab a costume or a set piece or something and use it to trick people. So I thought a lot of them were fun, and I think it fit too that they all weren't necessarily like the same, like from the same genre. It's like, you know, you got a dragon and a pirate or something. So I thought it was fun and it made sense within the story.
Yeah, I agree. And Rhianna, did you enjoy kind of the variety of villains?
I did, and I think this is possibly what's also making this episode really fun, because I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but there's so like when Daphne mentions like reporting the dragon to Smokey the Bear, like the US Forest Service Prevention Wildfire mascotty thing, that was when it like sets a group of Jews out, which is hilarious. And I love it. And also, did you notice that in the prop room, I don't know if I skipped ahead a little bit, but one of the newspapers that like has the ransom note on it, it's like it has the Daily Bugle, which of course is Spider-Man, but then it has some pig on there, and that pig looks exactly like the cartoon drawings of Wilbur from Charlotte's Web. And of course, like Hanna-Barbera produced the animated adaptation of Charlotte's Web. I think that was actually released exactly a year following this episode. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I read that somewhere.
Okay, and then JayBee, we get to the bit of the movie that, again, you're going to have thoughts on. This is a very Daphne-centric movie, but Daphne is kidnapped and taken to be trapped in the castle.
So, okay, so here's the thing.
He's going to be talking about a gag.
This is where Daphne, it's like a switcheroo, right? So the Jekyll geezer thinks, well, he wants to capture Sandy Duncan, right? That's his goal. But obviously because, you know, Daphne is her standard now, he sees Daphne and thinks, oh my gosh, there's Duncan, we'll get her. Correct.
It is correct.
So here's my thing. And it is relevant, right? Because I think they must have like traveled forward in time and heard some of our reviews and like gone back in time and corrected it. So thank you so much to the creators for doing that, you know, because we're just a humble little show here, but the fact that we've made an impact across space and time is so humbling. Thank you so much. You know, Spotify mix coming up next week, but the thing is,
you guys are high with me, JayBee.
Well, we will discuss that later. So here's my thing. They had Daphne screaming for help. Tik, right? She should have been gagged, but it moved the plot along. So the fact it did that is a bit convenient, a bit stupid, but it is what it is. So I expected it. I'm like, oh yeah, here we go again. But then there's a kind of nice frame where you see like this Hyde coming up to Daphne from behind.
You're in a perv.
No, I'm just gagging her, yeah. And so I'm like, okay, the filmmakers, the TV show makers, the showrunners, they know that it would make sense for her to be gagged to stop her to calling from help. So it proves that we've got a bit of a cunning villain on our hands, but at the same time, it's allowing the plot to move along as far as the gang know where she is and they go and get her. So I think this was the perfect way to do this. This was the best of both worlds. We've got a clever villain. He just couldn't react quick enough for Daphne to call for help. So yeah, A+.
You're a great simp, you know that.
S-tier gagging, and I live for it.
Oh gosh.
What do you... Okay, well, I guess we'll get, I guess maybe Rhianna's take. What did you think about the Daphne kidnapping situation?
Well, before I knew you, JayBee, back just under a year ago, before I knew you,
Wait,
I
is it
watched
not
this scene.
exactly a year now?
No, that's on the 28th of November, I believe. October.
Wait, can we have
I
a
went back.
re-anniversary?
That sounds so weird. It's like a weird name. It's like oh gosh, I don't think I could survive that.
I'll
'Cause
do a prank. On the 1 year anniversary, we'll do a prank.
No,
JayBee.
Oh,
no,
hey, no, don't, because you were gonna prank me on my birthday.
It wasn't meant to be on your birthday. You're always on your phone. So why weren't you on it 2 hours before it turned midnight?
And why did you say the message didn't show up when me and Smash could read it?
What are you saying this to me? Well, okay,
You know what? I feel like I'm just gonna peace.
I'll tell you what. It was the night before my birthday, so I was trying to get down to business. I'll be real. So, Rhianna, what do you think about this Daphne?
Oh, she asked Rhianna.
Yeah, no, she said before we met, before she met me, and then I went on a tangent.
Yeah, you upset me.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk about this later. It's fine. Yeah, before I knew you, I would watch this scene and I'd be like, okay, classic Daphne, she's wearing princess dress, she's all really fancy, it makes sense. Now when I watch it, all I think is, oh gosh, what's JayBee going to say?
Did you just say she likes incest best?
No, she's in a princess dress.
Oh, I thought she likes incest best.
Oh, you are a pervert.
Oh my
Hand on
god!
heart, no word of a lie. The channel on the line, I genuinely thought that's what I heard.
You're sicko.
Yeah, why would I say that? Princess dress.
It's something good, isn't it? It's all good.
I've already walked out once, I can do it again, JayBee.
Don't do it. What about you, Smash?
Is that again?
What did you think about the villain's methodology?
Methodology? Oh gosh. I feel like I don't have a lot to say with this episode, to be honest. I don't. Yep.
I mean, ultimately, the episode's pretty much resolved, and all that happens now is Daphne gets taken to another location where Sandy Duncan, or Candy Duncan as I thought at the start of this episode, basically kind of tricks the guy because he didn't realise that it wasn't her, so she kind of just walks in there. And ultimately, the unmasking of this one is kind of interesting. It does something that I don't like, which is you've not actually met the person, I don't think, when they're unmasked. But this one kind of had a good motive, it was just to save the movie plot. And ultimately, don't they, isn't, Sandy just saying kind of surely there's a way we can help him? And
didn't they literally repeat this exact plot in that Lego movie, the first one? Where it was the son of...
Oh yeah, Scooby Goes to Hollywood.
Yeah, the Lego one.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So
I just found something funny.
What is it?
So I just Googled how many times does Daphne get kidnapped. There's a page which is all about Daphne being kidnapped, but the picture that they've used is a whole load of Daphne being gagged.
What? Come on. Tell me, what's the page?
I'll send you the link at Scooby Fandom.
What are you going to send it me on, Rhianna? Tell me. Is it Instagram or Discord?
I'll send it to you on Instagram later, but I sent a picture of the page on Discord.
Okay, let's do a reaction to this and I'll pop it on somewhere.
I'm a little scared to look at this.
Come on, pervert, what is it?
Oh, god damn. Okay.
Oh wow, they have many iterations.
It's got, even from a pup named Scooby-Doo, she's kidnapped.
No, she
I mean,
isn't
JayBee's not
kidnapped.
got past the gala one yet.
I'm just. Can I make this my lock screen?
The wedgie one.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry, Millie. I shouldn't have done this. I was just shocked when I saw that.
Man.
It's definitely JayBee created this. It even uses the one from Mystery Incorporated. So yeah, no, that's you, JayBee, because you wanted to buy an artwork of that.
How many Supernatural tabs do you have open?
No, they're not.
What times?
Oh my god. No, they're not.
Oh no, they're not.
Isn't it bookmarked?
Yeah, the ones that are open, Sandy Duncan and Daphne Kidner. Various incarnations of Daphne captured by the antagonist.
You just called me out about my Supernatural.
Is that a ball gag?
JayBee!
Daphne being abducted, tied, and gagged by villains. Who made this page? Can we interview them?
Can I just say, I'm still not over the fact. Did you really have to call out Supernatural?
Well, no, because one was like, okay, Sam and Dean being ... and I was okay, man, whatever. I respect it. I respect it.
It's Sam and Dean being idiots. Okay, they're true selves for 4 minutes and a half. And oh my god. And Sam and Dean being typical siblings for almost 6 minutes. They're videos that cheer me up when I'm sad and depressed. When I'm
JayBee,
going through a lot.
playlist.
Right, I'm going through a lot.
This is a playlist for every time she's had to tolerate you.
Exactly.
Yeah, but look, you guys know that I mean well. You know that I mean
You're
well.
still zooming in on pictures of Daphne gagged. You've got issues, okay?
I am not. I dispute.
I can't.
You just
Okay, so JayBee's the
I'm
same,
sorry.
and ultimately the villain had a good motive and a happy ending. JayBee, smash your pass.
Honestly, this, without a shadow of a doubt, is the finest episode of the new Scooby-Doo movies I have ever had the pleasure of laying eyes on.
Why?
I think the writing's fantastic. The guest is on point.
Did
The plot
they gag
line,
Daphne?
the mixture of the plot line and the guest is so seamlessly worked into the point where this could honestly just be an episode of Where Are You, but a bit more, higher budget, a bit more, larger in scale. Like, to me, this is the definitive way that you integrate a guest within a standard Scooby-Doo episode. The only thing that I didn't like, again, like you say, Millie, was that the mask comes off and it's just, oh yeah, some guy. Oh, and who would have thought?
Yeah, I feel like that's the... Sorry, I'm interrupting you, but I feel like that's like the one thing that they tried to get away from, having these longer episodes, and it kind of starts to appear again at the minute.
Yeah, so it's a bit lazy from that angle, but again, like, I think it's a shame because they give us so much good for it to just be a bit of a meh conclusion. But ultimately, it's not enough to take away from the episode overall, so I'm going to give it one of the biggest smashes that I've ever given in my whole entire life. This is a definitive S-tier episode. And in fact, I think the best episode we've reviewed so far.
Okay, so... But that doesn't encompass the movies, right? Because obviously you preferred a Kiss movie to this.
What do you mean I prefer to... What?
You said that The Kiss was your favourite movie.
No, I didn't
but...
say The Kiss was my favourite movie. Why are you saying that?
You were genuinely upset by that.
Yeah, because you just said that because you know how it would affect me. Oh, come on, would you smash or pass this one, eh?
I'd say it was a smash as well. I think ultimately it's a good guest, one of the best guests we've had for this series. And it was a good plot, and it kind of had a nice ending as well. So yeah, I'd say it was a smash. Smash, would you say smash or pass for Sandy Duncan's Jekyll and Hyde?
So I'm gonna admit, I did not remember this episode like hardly at all. The whole time we were talking about it. The only
JayBee, you need to stop booing people.
The only things I really remember is the guest. I remember Sandy being great, but also when I was a kid and watched this, the Jekyll dude creeped me out so bad, like his face. So So I don't remember much that happens in this episode. I definitely need to go back and rewatch it. But I will say, from what I remember, I definitely think this episode is a hugely underrated gem of not only the series but Scooby-Doo in general. So even though I don't remember much of it, what I do remember I'm smashing.
I like smashing. In fact, it's one of my favourite things to do. And who knows? Who knows? Could Rhianna like to smash or like to pass? We'll find out now. So, Rhianna, my Daphne fan in arms, would you smash or pass this episode?
Can I do something before I do my verdict, please?
Is it something special?
It is
Okay,
very
yeah, let's
special.
go for it. I'm up for it.
Okay, I think I perfected my JayBee impression.
Oh no.
Are you ready? Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Oh my gosh, it's Daphne! Daphne looks amazing! Look at Daphne's hair. Oh my gosh, she's been gagged. Okay, she's been gagged. Everyone calm down. Let me zoom in. Oh my gosh, okay, I'm playing it off cool. It's all cool. It's all good. Oh my gosh, it's Daphne. That is JayBee.
That's amazing.
Oh, and then there's a bit more. Just flicking through Instagram. Oh my gosh, Sarah Michelle Gellar just posted. Oh, she looks amazing. She's the best. Oh my gosh. Gosh, this is amazing. This is the best day of my life. I hope she notices me. Notice me.
I hope you know that you've been understood. You know that you've been understood.
I just feel like this has been like the result of months of me antagonizing, and now it's just come to a boiling point, and I've been roasted.
I mean, I have kind of reached a stage, JayBee, that I'm like, okay, if that's how you want to play, if you want to call me out, if you want to prank me, bring it on.
JayBee, you can't get away with it anymore.
Meddling kids.
So for my what's it called? Verdict. Very fun episode. Great guest. Daphne was amazing. And Scooby-Doo was the best dog ever, so it's a smash!
Yay! Okay, great.
Yeah. I'm happy.
You happy?
Have I broken JayBee?
A little bit, I think.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry, JayBee. Please don't be broken.
No, he's smiling. It's okay. I guess, okay, I feel like we've not done this for a while. Community news section. I guess when this goes out, Smash will have just released the first episode of his podcast.
What?
Woo,
Podcast
yeah.
alert. New podcast alert.
So, Smash, where can everybody see episode 1 of a working title podcast?
Tell me now.
Yeah, so the first episode should be up when y'all are listening. So if you want to see the video formats of it, then you can watch it on YouTube. It's Working Title Podcast Show. Or there is video format on Spotify as well. Or if you just want the audio version, then it'll be available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, really anywhere you listen to podcasts. I'm going to warn everybody though, most of these episodes, at least that I've recorded so far, are like 2 hours long each. So prepare to sit down, relax, get a snack.
That's amazing. I think sometimes kind of, I don't know, having 2 hours can be good because it's like you actually open up into a conversation. Everything kind of gets its time to pan out because ultimately it's, like you say, about different people's stories, and I think it takes more than just a half an hour episode to really
you have to
delve
respect it as well, because I've got a podcasting pet peeve. I didn't think I did, but there's these these idiots, right? They do like an hour and a half long interview, right, or an episode.
Oh no, JayBee.
And then they release it as like 25 minutes part 1, 25 minutes part 2, 25 minutes part 3.
Don't do that.
And it's like, oh man, you come to actually I can't make physical threats on the internet, but oh man, if we were in like a game of Minecraft, I would push you in the lava so many times. I'd blow you up with TNT. Man, mad. So you respect. I love long form stuff because you know I'm a very busy guy. Every time I'm like washing up or doing a bit of ring fit or doing the ironing, it's always listening to
When
podcasts.
did you do the ironing?
What?
JayBee's been called out this episode.
I did the ironing the day
Oh,
that
come on, tell me this.
the
is gonna
day
be
that
fun.
the Scooby Live Show soundtrack dropped.
Okay, and how long ago was that?
Well,
And
Some
this is the
months
last.
ago, JayBee.
This is the last time you remember ironing, and that was literally about 9 months ago.
so tell me, is this just going to be the episode where people make fun of me?
You
I
make
hope
fun
so.
of me.
It's time. It's time, JayBee. You're still
I love you,
zoomed in
JayBee.
on that
You're
damn
amazing.
picture.
Okay. Speaking of community news, Milly has just accused me of zooming in on gaggage, but I'm actually just about to join the live premiere, which will have already happened by now, of our interview with Nick Pilatus. You guys might remember Nick Pilatus from being Shaggy from The Mystery Begins
Shaggy.
and Curse of the Lake Monster.
Sorry.
I think this is the first time they've been like on a face cam interview, just in front of a camera, publicly like this since the movies and I guess the Comic-Cons and stuff. So this is amazing and you will not be disappointed. This may be one of the best episodes of any podcast that you watch in the world, but who knows? Who knows? Like there's
Who does indeed? And JayBee, I think there could be a little bit more community news. Can you pass me the channel book?
oh, what the heck?
Well, I wrote something down in there, and I feel like it could be
Oh, you told me before.
because I've only just remembered.
Is it Morgan Bader?
No, it's that tomorrow, as of when this goes out, is Scooby's birthday. This
Yeah.
goes out on Monday, the 12th of September.
Happy birthday, Scooby.
JayBee,
I've what?
what was that?
Oh, it's
You
time.
went, happy birthday, Scooby.
It's just a lot, isn't it? Because that's gonna be a collection video, isn't it? And I'm not ready.
Oh gosh.
Gosh, I should do one too. Everybody's asking me to, and I don't want to be honest. They take so much time. And listen, I'm going on a rant real quick. Everybody wants one, but what are you even watching for? You've seen my collection. All you're gonna see is maybe 3 new DVDs in that whole video that you haven't seen before. So what's the point? Okay, my rant is over.
I mean, look, I'll be real, right? These collection videos, they're guaranteed good views, right?
Not only that though, JayBee, but you've started doing like yard sale hunts and stuff over
Oh, and they
a few
do well, I'll
weeks,
be real.
and like you found some good stuff
Oh
recently.
man, yeah. So there's stuff we could show. It's just cumbersome, man. And not just that, I have anxiety about moving stuff that off the shelves that
But we
things are
said we
gonna
were
break.
going to do it focused in on shelves and stuff.
And here's the thing, I'm gonna be a bit dirty with it. I think for all the Funko stuff, I think I'm just gonna drop in the one we already did, or not. Oh, we don't need to.
We'll see.
But yeah, and oh god.
Anyway, that can do it for this episode. We will see you in the next one.
Yeah,
On
thanks
Wednesday.
for watching. You can find all of our social links in the description. Rhianna's again. Check out Mr. smASH's new show. We're going to be there in the comment section, doing our thing. We're going to be dancing around, celebrating the new episode. So you interact with us there and hashtag smASH. Hashtag smASH in the comment section. Hashtag smASH. Let's do it. Let's get it trending. Let's get it done. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Hashtag Daphne as well. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Oh my gosh, it's Daphne.